What? Just who are you?
Beg pardon. Calling you an asshole was a bit much. That's my bad.
Do you seriously not know what you did wrong here? You broke into my... Don't kill me!
Soji and Nishiro.
Huh?
The flame-bait YouTuber, Ao Ringo. I've seen your videos. Not by choice, mind you.
And they're all disgusting! You suck! Just thinking about that crap makes me want to vomit! Asshole!
Beg pardon. I got carried away and ran my foul mouth again.
No! You're right. I'm so sorry. I get...
Before we get started, I just want to allow my guests the opportunity to introduce themselves, basically tell everybody who you are and what you do, and also tell us your top 2 favorite anime signature moves and why.
Well, hi, my name's Brandon Solis. I'm a voice actor. I do primarily anime, but I've been in video games as well. I've done commercials, and what was it that my favorite characters?
Yeah, favorite 2 anime signature moves.
Anime signature moves. Okay, so Benny Maru in Fire Force, he has IA chop number 5.
Okay.
And then I honestly want to say Rasengan, because that just like immediately bumped into my head, front of my head.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking about this a little bit before getting into this, you said that. And I think it's a good pick, because I mean, the Rasengan is one of the most used moves that Naruto used. So most definitely.
Yeah, man, it's like a little black hole. It's like, it's insane how it just like breaks everything and swirls it in. It's like a vortex on its own. It's cool.
Man, I love all the different variations of the move they made. You know, when you got the wind style Rasengan that basically destroys an enemy at all their cells and stuff like that. So I think it's probably one of the strongest moves out there, especially when they showed you they were stronger than Chidori. So it's like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for my 2 picks, I chose the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball. I think everybody knows the Kamehameha. It's a move created by Master Roshi. Pretty much almost every Z fighter can do the move, and it's literally been used in almost every fight.
Oh yeah.
For my next one, I had to choose a move from Naruto. I didn't go with the Rasengan Chidori. I had to go with the multi-shadow clone jutsu. Why? Because this was the first jutsu Naruto learned that, to me, made him a contender. Because this jutsu, like, even if you're a Jonin, and you can't just beat 25 or just one person. You know what I mean? It just gets to be a little bit too much. And I love the fact
it's always overwhelming them. Always.
Man, and I just think for a character that they bring in and show you that they can't do anything, and that clone jutsu was the jutsu he could not do, for him to master this jutsu and like be the best at it in the whole series is crazy to me.
Oh yeah. He also gets Anime's Best Dad Award too.
Oh, for sure.
Or he's at least up in the running, because by the end of it.
Do you watch Boruto or seen some?
I've seen some of it, but just the way there's in anime, there's just certain characters, the way that they carry themselves as fathers. It's just like, it's heartwarming. You feel it, and I get that with older Naruto.
For sure. Do you think that has something to do with him not having like a family figure back in the day? So he's kind of really compensating on that.
Yeah, like making up for. He knows how hard it was. You know. I
got a question for you, because I think this is interesting since you go this route. So I think it's funny because if you go from Boruto's perspective, he still feels like he has a dad that's not home, because his dad is the Hokage. He's always trying to help people and stuff like that. So from like that perspective, how would you consider him as like a dad? Like, see, like that's why I feel like it's hard, because we see it from Boruto's perspective. Yeah. But from like Boruto's perspective, it's like, my dad's never home. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard for me. Like, if you watch Boruto from the beginning, he barely really even knew much from Naruto. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like,
There's always there's always stuff within plot lines like that kind of forces the dad and son back together and then apart. And whenever there's that kind of relationship, that's almost a centerpiece or a focus in the show. It's the plot kind of. I mean, just think about like FMA, right? Like with father and all of that. And it's like separating and bringing them back, Gohan and Goku. It's
true.
It always happens, and it's interesting seeing like the lengths that a dad will go to get back to their kid, or the lengths that a son will go to get to their father, find out who their father was, really. Because I think for the kid, it's a lot about discovering yourself in those kinds of stories.
Yeah, because I think Naruto really showed you how much Boruto meant. If you watch like towards the end of the anime, because it's a scene where Kawaki basically like almost kills Boruto, and you just see Naruto just fall down on the ground like puzzled, like it. I've never even seen Naruto break down like this type of thing. Yeah. It's crazy. I can't wait to see what they do with the anime when they bring it back.
Oh, for sure.
But jump into our next segment. I want to ask you before we kind of get into today's interview and everything. Okay. What have you recently been watching or playing or reading that you will want to recommend?
So what I've been up to lately, gaming wise, is Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been on there. That's super fun. I just started, and I don't know how smart this is of me to do, just because of how much it eats time, is Ark Survival Ascended with the dinosaurs and all that. And so I've been playing those quite a bit, but watching lately I've been like hooked on there's a show called Lord of Mysteries. It came out last year. And man, I'm a huge Bloodborne fan. So from software games and all that, and it really feels like right in home, like right in that pocket. And it's like creepy eldritch gods kind of thing in like Britain, and it's very cool.
I definitely gotta check that out. That sounds interesting.
I highly recommend that one. It's very fast paced. Like things are constantly going to be happening on screen where it's like, whoa, what's going on? And yeah.
Have you watched any new animes or any new movies?
Fire Force just came back.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think they're actually about to be coming out again, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Friday. Fire Force Fridays. And so I've been back into that. Jujutsu Kaisen, that's coming back. That's coming back. The cooling games. Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. I love those.
It took me a second because I had to reread the manga because I had to remember what was happening in this arc, because I got my arcs confused a little bit because I was like, is this the arc where the shit about to go down? Oh,
yeah.
It's getting there.
I'm always scared of spoilers with that show, Chainsaw Man. There's just like so much that happens, in one go with those shows. Just so much that goes on, and it can be a lot. You turn a page and it's like, whoa, okay, this person's dead. All right.
It's pretty much both of them. Their original stories are done. So, like, if you touch the manga, you pretty much know what's about to happen.
Call me out. Just because.
Did you see the Chainsaw movie this year?
Oh no, I didn't. That was on my list, and then it ended up getting like tumbled back. The engagement, all that stuff. But
you did tell me about that.
Yeah. I got engaged. Awesome. But So all of the movie, there's several movies that came out last year that I kicked down the road. Again, Monster Hunter Wilds. That was a game that came out last year I wanted to play. And
did you see the Demon Slayer movie?
It was a crazy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one, dude. I don't know what I want to say on live about that. Just because spoilers, just because of spoilers and all that stuff. I'm very like, Oh, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody.
Well, you know, it's been out a little bit, as long as we don't give the end of the movie. But I will just say that movie was very good. I love how it looked. The only thing I will say is I wish the ending could have been a little bit quicker. That's the only thing I will say. Yeah, and that's the only reason why I say Chainsaw might have been a better movie, because it was just better pace to me.
Oh yeah.
And then Demon Slayer is just that ending, and it just felt like you just come on, Akaza, just die. I've been sitting here for like 3 bathroom breaks.
Yeah, no, dude. Anytime that guy's on screen, I get flashbacks to the Mugen Train. Man, like my hands start shaking and my palms get sweaty.
I feel you. I just loved how they made Giyu look, because Giyu has always been one of my favorite Hashiras, and to kind of see him kind of pit into the mainstream, I was like, I told y'all he was something. I know he don't never really be doing nothing in the background, but he's something, man. Yeah.
No, for sure. He'd always carried himself a certain way. You just knew he was the guy.
For the things that I've been watching and want to recommend is I've been watching the anime Psyche K. That's probably one of my favorite little animes just to throw in the background and just kind of have it play, because it's just hilarious. It's one of the funniest animes I've seen. It's kind of like Mob Psycho, but take out all the like a little bit of the story, because Psyche K is more episodic type of thing, slice of life, where Mob Psycho is more following a story and everything.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference. Other things that I've been doing is I've been reading the book and also listening to the audio of the Stephen King It book, and also watching the TV shows and the movies. And I will say it has been amazing. It's literally given me something to do, and to see the difference between the books and the movies, and the things that the movies couldn't fit into the movies because it's in the books. And I will say, if you haven't gotten a chance to see what's the original content, you definitely should, because it's a hell of a thing. And I loved kind of going over the black spot in the book, and also seeing it being depicted in It's Welcome to Derry, and seeing the difference in the storyline and the difference in Dick Halloran, because what he do in the book is he doesn't really do it in the movie, but it's a connection between him and like 3 other books that he does with Stephen King. So it's pretty cool. Like I'm trying to really get more.
He really webs the universe really nicely, like seamlessly.
It's so crazy to me just to have this and he's not even a main character in really none of the stories.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's just kind of around. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. It's nice. I don't know, man. Anytime you get that, even if you're reading like a spin-off series, or if you see it in a TV show, where you're just like a spin-off to a TV show, you're like, okay, these cool, like My Hero Vigilantes, right? Anytime you get like a character from the mainline story like pop in, you're like, okay. Yeah.
So they really do connect, type of thing.
There's always that feeling, right? So, and it's the same in the Stephen King sense, where it's webbed in, and if you see that character's name pop up, you're like, oh,
so he's here too.
He's here too. Okay, yeah.
Because based on that, it kind of make you feel like, Dick Halloran low-key been through all these books. He's been seeing all these horrible terrible going through.
Dude's condemned to a cursed existence. He just has to relive all of Stephen King's books.
Man. And then what else I've been watching? I've been also getting back into the Boondocks. One of my favorite shows. I love just seeing Regina King play both Riley and Huey, and going back and forth, and kind of just seeing the grandpa. It's an amazing show. I don't know if you've seen it, but you should.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Yeah. Funnily enough, from way back in the day, my sister showed me that show a long time ago. Went back when I was on Adult Swim.
Okay.
I don't know if it still is, if that's still a thing. I mean, no one has cable anymore, so I haven't seen
for sure
anything on Adult Swim. I see off of like YouTube or something. But anyway, the Boondocks is great show.
Amazing show. I don't even think
the commentary on it is fantastic. That's great.
Aaron McGruder is a creation god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard he's working on The Last Friday, so I can't wait to see that too.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our interview. For my first question, I want to ask you, looking at your IMDb, I see that you've been in a lot of fantasy animes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, how was it working on I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince?
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like, and do you have any favorite moments? Because that's actually one of my favorite isekais.
Really? Yeah. So yeah, coming in, I remember anytime I record for Seventh Prince or anything else, that fantasy anime has a certain feel to it. As soon as you step into the booth and you look at the script and the screen and everything, yeah, it's like you immediately kind of have a place in your head to go to for that type of character, and it's really fun. It's really fun. So yeah, Seven Prince had that feel, and it was just very light and floaty, and because it was early on in the series when I recorded for it.
Okay,
and
so this was still first season.
Yeah, and so there was that when I initially recorded for it. I think it was like a bit that I had done, but more recently, it was just interesting, like coming straight in and as like one of the adventures that's kind of like a bandit turn adventure, which and getting that kind of, there's like a feel for like the boss, like that kind of dude, like he used to be a bad guy but he's trying to do good now. Yeah, that's always fun to fit into. So trying to fit that into the world where it's like super floaty and fun and people are trying to I remember a scene that my character was in, like a memory that was very specifically floaty and like, hey, how's it going, like one of those. And so fitting that kind of character into that type of scene is really interesting. So
okay, so you were in the second season too, right? Yeah. You played one of those adventures that they had turned good, like they was acting out, and then he put a spell on them, and then they changed.
Exactly.
I know exactly. I know who you played. That's pretty dope. Yeah. The funny thing about that anime is, like, before that had even came out, I had read the manga, like, and it had went all the way up to about, I'd say, the beginning of season 2. So I had all that knowledge going in when season 1 was going on. And I remember when it had started, it took me a second to kind of get used to it, because when you like reading something and then you don't have voice to it, you kind of imagine what you think the voices sound like. So it took me a second to kind of get used to like the voices. But like now the second season, everything's come out. I think it's probably one of my favorite. I can't wait for the third season to come out. Oh, man. Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. What I was gonna say is, like, the second season was amazing. I liked it, the fight scenes. I don't know if you have any particular favorite moments from it, but the fight scenes are so great. Yeah, all of the actors that all of the actors put into that sort of thing, making it sound great, is just it's fantastic. The show, like, and Lee, the director, he's an awesome dude. So it's always a pleasure working with him, and yeah. Anytime you go into that studio, it's a good time. Okay. For my next question, out of all the projects you worked on this year, I mean last year, because we're in a new year, which one was your favorite and why? Out of all of the projects for last year, honestly, I feel like the most memorable one that I have that like pops up into my head is when I got called in for Windbreaker. I'm a character named Akihito Miyoshi. In there, he's just like this straight-laced host kind of looking character, very nice, but man, he kicks some serious butt, man. He's a serious fighter in that show. It's awesome. So getting called in for that show, I didn't realize. I had been in Windbreaker prior to that, just doing some Walla, some background stuff, and so I knew about the fight scenes and how cool they were, and getting into them, it was just so awesome. But
actually like embodying one of the characters that is one of the guys that's like, oh no, like people are running away from, like that's awesome. That's so cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is that a character do you feel like people will recognize you for?
Oh yeah. I mean, I hope so. I love him. I love him. I think he's awesome. He's just very cool. He's got that cool guy look and his tone. It's very, very nonchalant. Like he cares. He definitely cares, but it's very directed.
Do you feel like it was easy to come up with his voice, or was it close to your original voice print? Or
Yeah, it's a little closer to mine. I feel like with a lot of the cooler characters, I tend to just kind of relax a bit, and that puts me somewhere else in my mouth than I usually am. Like
Okay.
super, like I feel a lot more resonance like towards the back of my throat, and then like it sounds like, yeah, cool. You know what I mean? So I try to like I feel comfortable in that area, and see coming up with characters that sit in that little pocket. They're so fun. They're so fun to me. So I got to do one for Windbreaker. I did another similar character recently, in as well in Fire Force. He's less cool good guy and more cool bad guy. He was one of his name was Fracture, or Fluctus, and he like was one of the people that did you see the last season?
I've seen bits of it. I didn't get to see your character.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna tell you anything because there's some crazy stuff that happens in there, and yeah. So he's essentially an assassin that's like trained to hunt down people with like Adula bursts and stuff.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
there's a whole thing that goes on, a whole battle, and I want you to see it. It's awesome. It's so
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to hit you up when I see it.
Oh man, wait, and again, the sound design in Fire Force is just like the bass just blows out your speaker.
Man,
it does not disappoint. The last one that came out. I know the new season's coming up, but I liked it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got to talk to Derek Snow about it playing Shinra, and whoo, just hearing some of the stuff that he was talking about it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Derek's awesome. His characters, man, they always have like this. I mean, obviously he changes them up in a really great way every time. But I love the bite that he gives to them. Sometimes it's just like a punch, like when he is yelling at somebody, or it's just like whoa. Instead of him like screaming, it's like there's some absence there sometimes where he'll like cut off a yell, and it's like whoa. Yeah. I don't know. I love his performance as Shinra. It's awesome.
If I can think of the anime that he's in right now, oh man, it's an isekai, and he kind of plays this character that's more like a hidden genius, like he's a really good with magic and everything, but you wouldn't know because he comes off very cowardly. Like he plans a lot of his stuff very strategical and everything, but he's the voice for that character, and it's called the Banished Court Musician. That's the name of the anime. Yeah. And he plays one of the side characters in there, and he brings him to life. And he only gets a few scenes, and he steals the show every time he comes on. So I have to give Derek some props.
Derek's awesome. He's a great guy. You've met him. He's very enjoyable to talk to. He's very fun.
But my next question is, you were also on one of my other favorite animes. This is one of my animes I like to tell people, like, if you're an adult and you feel like, you've been watching a lot of animes and you're thinking like, this is just a kid game. It only seems like kids got dreams and stuff like that, and they're the only one shooting for it. Well, Kaiju number 8 kind of changed the game. You know what I mean? It kind of brought in an older main character and basically allowing him to kind of live out his dreams. So kind of allowing us older generation to kind of like, we still can do it. The time ain't over yet. So I wanted to ask you, basically, this anime that's basically themed on unity and not giving up on your dreams. How was it being part of this show, and do you have any favorite moments?
Oh yeah, no, that show is awesome. Yeah, I've watched it. I was fortunate enough to be in it, doing some stuff here and there, and oh man, like it's just working with Sean again, the director. He is so dedicated to making like the world feel like you're in it in the booth, like the way he describes stuff, the way he describes your character. It's very, very good to work with him in there, and it feels natural. So anytime I recorded for that show, I was excited, just to be there. It's a fun time. I mean, Kaiju No, it's a great show. I was watching it as it was coming out.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and yeah, no, I was thrilled every time. And favorite parts of mine. So Alejandro's character, he was it Kaiju? Is he? I can't remember. It had been a while. But towards the end of season 1, the other kaiju that's like kind of doing stuff behind the scenes, and yeah. So anytime he was on screen, I loved like how he would like morph his voice. Like he just sounded as creepy as all of the things he was doing.
Yeah, and you talking about number 9, right?
Yeah, number 9. Yeah. And so yeah, just seeing the entire build up towards that moment where they have that big fight, and it's just like, oh, it was great.
Yeah, especially when you kind of see from season 1 to the beginning of season 2, and you see all that time that he was taking to formulate his plan to basically take them down really hard in the beginning of season 2.
Yeah,
was fucking crazy, because I mean, he literally became such a monster with just in that short amount of time. Now we kind of seeing all the top kaiju hunters kind of having to train themselves just to be able to compete against him, and him being like the singularly main threat and making everything trying to go against them. It's crazy, and I still don't know if we got what his main objective is. Like, why is he doing this type of thing? But like, maybe they have. But number 9, like, what's his name?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's all mystery, man, and it's super. It's very enthralling just to see like this world that's evolving around Kafka as he's like growing in power.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's very cool.
And then we still got no more about the kaiju that's inside of him. Like, why is it so want to kill every other kaiju? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's pissed it off?
Yeah. Interesting.
So, going to my next question, I want to ask you is, what do you find most rewarding and least rewarding about being a voice acting?
Most rewarding, honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is when anytime someone comes up to me and literally asks me,
were
like,
you in this?
No, like ask me like how I'm doing and stuff like that. And like at a con or at a meetup or something like that, and they get to know me, and then they tell me like, oh yeah, no, I knew, I saw this, and I heard you, and that you did great. Just the amount of, it's so weird. It's weird because you would never imagine someone like out of nowhere coming up to you and saying like, I saw you, or I heard you. It was great. I don't know. I think I'm in that moment of my life where I feel very, very a lot of gratitude.
So you kind of like getting more comfortable of getting praise type of thing.
Yeah. And I think, well, I think there's that. It's like a weird floaty feeling that I was getting through last year with all of the work and all of the payback that it allowed for.
Yeah, I think
And
when you've been working for so long, and then when it's starting to finally happen, it's kind of like, oh man, is it happening? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of like,
And there's always more work, there's always gonna
yeah,
be more work. But it just, I don't know. I felt great about it last year, just overall. So I guess this sense of fulfillment has been really nice over the amount of work I put into it and the amount of I don't know, but work that comes back out towards me, or which
so
is
have
cool.
you become a full-time voice actor now?
Oh, no.
No. Okay, you're
Yeah,
still working on
that's
that.
the goal. But yeah, no. It's been going really well, and in terms of where I want it to go, in terms of like my projection for my career moving forward, and because it's hard to make that jump, and
Yeah,
you
because
can
you never
put
know.
yeah, you can put plans up in place, and stuff outside of your hands can just knock them right down.
Yeah, because I
So
mean, you got to have some amount of money for the next month, and you got to know that's coming in or not coming in. You know what I mean? It can be
exactly.
hard.
Yeah, exactly. So I was pleasantly surprised with a lot of the people that I've met last year too, in
Mhm.
voiceover. They're great people, fantastic. And I was very glad to meet them. I feel lucky to have met them. Just new actors coming into the industry, actors that have been around for a while. I finally, there a lot of us, we don't get to say hi to each other all the time.
Definitely.
So yeah, and I'm sure you talk to a lot of us, so I'm sure you hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
And then I know a lot of
yeah,
y'all have been trying to make more efforts of trying to connect with each other and stuff like that. So that's
yeah,
one
I
thing I
know.
find very cool about the voice acting community. It seems like you all be trying to help each other and help each
Hmm.
other with their wins and loses and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty
Well,
cool.
yeah, a lot, because the way that the industry is, it's a lot of us are self-employed on this
Mhm.
end of it. If we're full-time, we're fully self-employed, and if you're trying to work towards that goal, if that is your goal, then other people that have gone through that, it's only natural to reach your hand out and say like, oh look, I did that too. I wish I would have done this. Let me show you. And that's, I think, kindness is very important. That sort of kindness.
So most of the time, do you feel like when you ask advice from like older voice actors and stuff, do you feel like they usually give you the advice you want, or do you have some that be like, you know what, ask somebody else, like
Well, I mean, it's a mixed bag, just like with
oh,
people everywhere. I want to feel like I want to say definitely.
have
With
anybody ever surprised you that you thought
No,
would
no,
surprise you
and
with?
I've
Not, I
never.
mean, like, and like you were surprised they actually gave you advice.
I see what you mean. Like, oh wow, that worked. Like,
You know?
like ask and they're telling me, yeah, oh yeah, that's happened before,
Oh,
for sure. But in maybe I went out on a limb to ask, and it wasn't even in like the world of anime. It was in the world of like video games,
okay.
and I went out on a limb to ask somebody
Who can we
something.
get a name or?
Uh,
Uh,
it's a part of a project. I wish
oh,
I
okay,
could tell
okay.
you, but I will say though, like I was asking somebody like, oh, I wonder what happened with this person in this game, and they were like, oh, this happened, and just and then proceeded to tell me, and then say, don't do that. So it's very the moral of the story was be nice to the people that you're trying to work for, and it was
So kind of get what. So you're basically
enlightening.
talking about a character that was in a game that disappeared, basically,
Yeah.
and you're trying to figure out
Well, no,
what
no, no,
happened
no,
to
no,
that
no, no,
character. Or,
not the character. It was in the voiceover context. So like
oh,
whatever
okay.
happened
So
to this actor,
that was
and
playing this character or type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And I hate
Okay.
I hate being so vague, but it's
If you
I'm
don't
not
want to
trying
throw
to
no
throw
shade out there,
laundry
I feel it.
around or anything like that. But I was surprised at the fact that like I had put my best foot forward, and I, you know, did as much as I could to make a good impression as a good voice actor, as a good person, and stuff like that. And you know, just in the world of humans, you know, there's good and bad people. You know, so it was. You never want to be on that side of the stick. So be kind, and you know, be respectful. That was what I got from the story. Was be kind and be respectful.
Only thing I can add to that is remember everything you do online can be almost traced back to you. So don't think you're doing anything hidden. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of that always come back to hit a lot of people. So soon as they get a little fame, they hit them right back on the sideline. You forgot about this, and now everything that you just worked hard to do kind of just disappears. So try to keep your freak on the check type thing.
Yeah, man. And the most important part of it, and the people that
not saying that these two things are connected.
Yeah. The people, no, just the people that I enjoy working with the most. They treat it for what it is. It's a job. You know, it's work, and we come in and we do our best, and you know, it's unfortunate. You see a lot online too, like we as you know, dubbing actors, like we do our best, you know, and you know, you just have some people that aren't happy about it. But
I have a question for you since you brought that up.
I was just gonna say, on the other side of it, you have people going that to defend us as artists, as well as actors, as well as the dubbing industry, and that's very heartwarming. That's good to know. Yeah.
What is your opinion about sub versus dub?
I think everyone's entitled to their own preference.
Okay, so no preference on yourself or which one you prefer?
Oh, well, so I mean, my preference, I watch the dub. I will watch both. But I watch the dub if I'm like actually watching something, because one, I'm dyslexic, so it's kind of hard to read constantly, and that's another thing about dubs, is it's accessible in that way. But you know, if you prefer to watch it subbed, you know, good on you. If you go ahead and you watch it subbed, and the actors in the sub performances are amazing, you know, and I'd love to argue the same from my English colleagues, that you know, that their performances, they go in there and God, sometimes they shake the world. It feels like, with their performances. So I think that everyone's entitled to their own preference, and it's okay if you like one or the other. It's okay.
For sure. Me personally, I'm one of those people, like, whatever I start watching something in, I usually try to finish it in that. But I'm also like how anime are now. It's a lot of times the subs, you get the subs before you get the dubs. So a lot of times I do listen to the sub, because you've listened to the dub to the point that you're like, shit, I ain't about to wait another week just so this episode, and it'll be a whole nother episode of the sub. So you just start watching the sub, and then you're like, when they catch up, I'll go back to the thing. But the question I want to kind of ask you is, you've probably been watching anime for a long time and everything. Do you feel like the performances have gotten better since like the old generation and going into the newer generation, or has gotten worse from the newer generation going to the older generation?
Well, I think the performances have always been the tricky thing with dubbing, right, is the technology of it, right? When we were looking at Dragon Ball Z and stuff back in the day, in the 90s, you know, going into the 2000s, and before that, it was on tape, you know, and it was like start stop. It wasn't digital, you know, so it was hard to do. So I think, I mean, definitely, I like the performances from back in the day. I think they're all I wouldn't say it's like an improvement or a decrease or anything. I think they're all representative of the time that they were in, and I think they're good representations of the time that they were in too. So I mean, think about like Black Lagoon, right?
Mhm.
That's a good dub. I like that dub.
Amazing dub.
Yeah, and it was back in the day, you know, and you if you compare it to, I don't know, something that's come out recently, like One Punch Man, or something, it's gonna sound different, right?
Mhm.
It's just by nature, it's just gonna sound different because of how it was recorded, the directing style, the acting style, like all of the different things that just change art kind of over the years. And like I'm not trying to make it sound like fancy schmancy. It's just the world that we live in does influence like how we act and everything. So what is funny, for instance, like,
For sure.
yeah, right, there's like periods of comedy in time, like certain things like slapstick was all over, slapstick humor, like Will Ferrell and stuff was like all over the place, and then all of a sudden it was like Jason Bateman where it was like a little bit drier, and then like
Yeah.
it kind of just evolves with the times. It's different. So yeah, I feel like that's a very Switzerland answer, but
Okay.
I also think it's a pretty complex question.
Yeah, based on other feedback I've got from other people asking this question, is like when I asked, I think it's Paul St. Peter, he was basically saying the difference would be like that a lot of older generations, when they were coming into it, they all had different like backgrounds and theater and stuff like that,
Exactly, yeah.
and a lot of newer generations, they don't have that same training. They're kind of jumping right into voice acting and stuff like that, so they don't have all that background performance in theater and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. And then for some animes, I feel like you can see the difference in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you can hear. I mean, I don't know. I think it might be me just being around so many actors all the time. I feel like I know when someone comes from like a theater background.
Mm-hmm.
Just by the way they carry themselves or the way that they perform. It's very it's definitely not rigid. It's very it's very like expressive, and I mean I did theater for a little while when I first moved here,
Okay.
and it was great. It taught me a lot, and it's just it's just however you come into it, it's going to be different for everyone how they come into voiceover. And I mean that's a very common question that a lot of us get, is like, how do we come in? Some people say like do theater. I would probably I just say, you know, start acting, and I think theater is a good place to start. It is. But so is if you want to audition for, you know, film, or, you know, start taking classes, educate yourself on it.
So you're more
And
like just
see
learn
that.
what acting is.
Yeah, educate yourself on it, and then do it in any way you can. That's what I would say. And then if you can, once you start feeling that you are a bit on your feet about it, then you can start thinking of a point. That's what I always say. Like, so again, once you start feeling yourself out as an actor, you can like say, okay, maybe I want to do television, or maybe I want to go into, you know, film, or actually I do want to do voiceover. I think once you're educated in the way that acting happens in like play and everything, I think it's just, it informs your decision. That's my personal opinion.
For sure. Well, we winded down to our last three questions.
Mm-hmm.
For our next question, I want to ask you is, what emotion do you find hard to portray with just your voice?
I feel like astonishment is kind of hard for me, because
That's an interesting one.
kind of like in anime, just because it's always like, and you're gonna hear me do it. It's just like, like you can like picture the face, right? And it's just like staring up at something, or like a car accident that just happened, and they're like,
I see what you're
Like,
saying. Like in all
yeah.
type of moments.
Yeah, in all. Like I feel like I feel like when that happened, if that were to happen to me, I'd be like, oh my god, like I'd be freaking out. But a lot of the time, the astonishment, that little thing, sometimes it's like, how do I exactly get across that I am literally stuck to the floor right now because this entire thing has me so baffled. I cannot move. Yeah.
And I only got just my face to do it. Like, yeah, it'd be hard.
Yeah. So yeah. I think that one kind of gets me sometimes.
That's
It's
interesting.
fun.
That's the first time I've heard that one, and that would be anytime anyone messes up and can't think of an answer for that, I'm gonna try to give them that one. I'd be like, you won't believe this. For my next one, I want to ask you is there anyone you want to shout out for being a good support system for you over the years that's helped you get to where you're at right now? And how important do you think having this support system has been for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean, first, my fiance.
For sure.
Yeah, she has been with me through so many ups and downs in acting in general. So she's amazing. And my colleagues that I've worked with as directors and other actors, Jeremy Inman he's been fantastic director. Every time I've worked with him, it's been a blast. It's just so like seamless. Morgan Garrett or Morgan Wood. She's amazing. All of her performances just blow you out of the water. Seriously, she is a force to be reckoned with. May I ask one last thing?
Okay.
That last no the show that came out last season. She was the main in that. But yeah, no, she's fantastic. And every time I've spoken to her, every time I run into her, she has like such an energy that just like the way that she talks to you, it feels like you're what's in front of her and there's nothing else. So like when she
like that,
when she asks you like, oh, how are you doing? It genuinely feels like she wants to know. And it's very heartwarming. So those people definitely, and I mean there are tons and tons of other actors and directors that have just put their hand on my shoulder and been like, yeah, no, dude, like you did great job. And when I was insecure about something, low self-esteem, coming out of a session or seeing something afterwards, and I was like, is that all right? And then it's just because I was hearing myself. You know, you're your worst judge.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, and so getting my colleagues to be like, yeah, no, that was solid, good job. And I can't thank them enough. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm this fantastic actor. I'm saying
just having somebody reinforce that.
Having someone reassure you that you're right where you should be, where you should be. And yeah, man. Yeah. So having a lot of good friends. Ethan Gallardo has like always been that for me. I think the last time you and I spoke, because we've spoken every now and then before, I'd mentioned Ethan to you, and he's just fantastic. He's a great friend.
For sure. Friend. I think that's someone I definitely got to bring on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And for my last question, I want to ask you, basically looking ahead, is there any specific type of role or genre you are eager to explore or wanting to do, or any personal goals that you're still looking forward to doing or trying to accomplish by the end of 2026?
So 2026 is going to be, I'm looking forward to carrying a lot of the momentum I picked up in last year.
You're going to be in a lot of new shonen?
Well, I feel like I want to hustle is what I'm saying, work-wise. So lots of auditions, lots of grinding, lots of all that stuff. And honestly, I want to be in that there's several things coming up that I'm super proud of. But I would like to be in more of I would like more of shonen, like you said, but I really like the dialogue heavy shows that I've been in.
That's pretty cool.
I was there's a show that just recently came out called With You Our Love Will Make It Through. There's a character in there named Ochi that I play, and he's kind of like he came in.
Oh, I didn't know that was you.
Yeah. He came in as like the Regina George, and now that but there's something about him, and I'm as his actor, like I love exploring that. Like just the fact that he has layers. There's like something going on behind there that is making him kind of angry, or you know what I mean? Like he doesn't even agree with these other guys. Yeah. So yeah, that I've been really enjoying that performance too.
I can't wait to see what this year brings for you. I've kind of talked to you for a little bit now, and kind of seeing how your career kind of starts. So kind of seeing how it comes to fruition is just going to be amazing to kind of see how that goes, you know.
Well, thank you so much.
For sure. I can't wait to bring you back on probably towards the end of the year and see how
anytime
that went.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to talk about or discuss or want to bring up?
Well, I know you asked me recently about like shows that I started watching. And I mentioned Lord of Mysteries. Was there a new one, like a new one that you've been looking forward to?
A new show that I've been looking forward to come out, or
yeah, like an anime.
And anime wise, I'll say the only show that I've been looking forward to that really like kind of upset me that they pushed it back a little bit was Bleach. That's literally because Bleach was coming out, like each core was coming out each year around the same time in November, December, and then they said they were going to bring it out, and I think maybe around spring or winter of this year. So I'm like, but seeing a lot of shows that I was kind of waiting to come back, like One Punch Man and Blue Lock, like that, and them kind of rushing and the pacing and production and the animation being garbage. It's the only reason why I'm like, I'm willing to wait so that we get the best product. You know what I mean? It's like, but if I'm waiting this and we still get like what they did with One Punch Man, then that's gonna be fucking horrible.
I'm running through the wall, man. Losing it.
Man, but hopefully. And then I need to go back and see the last few episodes of One Punch Man, because I think somebody told me they weren't as bad. Or if they finished it, I gotta go back and check. So because I wanted them to finish that off at least decently,
at least bring it back up to like a level.
You know what I mean? Kind of like what Blue Lock did with the first few episodes. Were like, but then those last few episodes, they was like, we gonna bring them back into the studio.
Blue Locked in. God dang.
But yeah, that's mainly the only thing I'm kind of waiting for. I was a little bit waiting for Stranger Things a little bit, but I actually think Welcome to Derry was I enjoyed that more. So like I'm actually
I'm right there. I'm right there with you.
So I'm kind of just waiting for more of that to come out and see what they're gonna do with that. I can't think of the actor name because the guy that plays I can't think of his name.
Skarsgård.
So he's low key. I watched like 2 of his movies because I've just been trying to figure out like how good is he as an actor, because I'm like, just to be able to bring all that to life and stuff like that.
No, he's also in Nosferatu, I think in that show or the movie. The movie.
See, I didn't know
right?
He might be. I'm trying to check real quick. Views.
Just the stuff.
Nosferatu here now.
Just the dude, the stuff that guy can do with his voice. You want to talk about? Hey, I saw an interview with him on like Jimmy Kimmel or something from back in the day. He was saying that he based Pennywise off of his older brother that would scare him at night. Yeah, like when he would go like hello, like through like the crack in the door. Like apparently the guy that's Tarzan, the other Skarsgård brother.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, he would like scare the crap out of him or something as a kid. And yeah,
And he literally took that and made a whole
there you go. Yeah,
franchise
that's
out
how
of
it
it.
happens. That's how it happens.
That's crazy. I definitely gotta look more into that. But with that, we end today's episode. I want to thank my guests for coming on and chatting it up with me. I had a whole lot of fun and learned so much more about the industry of voice acting, and hopefully you listeners did too. Before we close out, I just want to allow my guest the opportunity to plug himself, basically tell everybody where they can find you.
All right. Well, yeah, you guys can find me on X. You can find me on Instagram. X is Brandon Solis VO, and Instagram is Solis Voice. And yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to this next year. Watch last season's amazing shows that came out, Windbreaker, Fire Force, if you already haven't. And yeah, looking forward to keeping on.
For sure. I hope this new year brings you a whole lot more, man. I'll have all his links and stuff below. So if you guys want to reach out and tell him how you feel like he did in some of these animes as Fire Force and Kaiju No. 8, you guys can go ahead and reach out to him and let him know. And with that, I just want to say thanks.